Morning! That's Tabletop Mountain up back there, where it gives this wilderness its name, Tabletop Wilderness Area. And I'm going to pause up here to talk about an anime. Origin, Spirits of the Past. Imagine a regressed primitive world where a hostile forest has taken over the planet and driven mankind into tiny communities or out onto arid land. One small community tries to live in peace and harmony with the forest. Another, more aggressive nation pursues an approach of developing technologies that can help it beat back the forest and reclaim the planet for mankind. Then one day, the small, peaceful community discovers a key to ancient technologies that can seriously threaten the forest, and the warlike nation wants it. I could have just been describing the plot to Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind, but in fact that's the setup to Studio Gonzo's first theatrical movie, Origin, Spirits of the Past, from 2006. Funimation has just re-released this as a deluxe 2-disc edition in North America. So is either edition worth watching? Mankind's experiments with bioengineering have gone terribly awry, and plants intended to terraform other planets have instead terraformed humanity off of planet Earth. The fact that this self-inflicted biostrike came from the moon isn't really important to the plot and really makes no logical sense, but it makes some great visuals during the opening credits. Agato is a teen living in Neutral City, a small agrarian community living in the ruins of an ancient, now long dead civilization. They try to live in harmony with the forest on their border. The forest has emissaries for communicating with them called druids. They look strange, and for some reason they're spelled with a Z in the subtitles. The community also forages through the ruins of the ancient civilization to see if there are any doodads they can use. One day Agato and his friend Kane are messing around, trying to swipe a little extra water from the watering hole and just swimming and having a good time, when they get swept away. Agato, by chance, wanders onto a piece of ancient technology that still seems to be functioning, and when he investigates, he accidentally frees something.
Is she alive?
No, don't leave me here by myself! No!
Tula is a girl from the past before the biodisaster. Neutral City's leader, Yolda, invites Tula to either stay with them as an eco-friendly community or join the more aggressive tech heads at Ragna. Meanwhile, the druids are angry over Tula's awakening. They see her as a real threat. And Tula soon discovers for herself the hostility of this new forest.
Run!
The new girl in town, Tula, doesn't exactly make Agato's old girlfriend, Minka, happy, but Minka takes Tula under her wing and shows her around in good spirits anyway.
Here at the market, we can trade water for just about anything we need. I see.
Hey, who's this? I haven't seen your face around here before.
Oh, hello. He's a soldier in the Ragna army. You can meet people from all over here. It's a great place if you like to make new friends. Yeah, so you can probably guess I come here a lot.
Yeah, see you later.
Soon as Ragna learns of Tula, they see her as the key to unlocking old technologies that can help them win against the forest. One of Ragna's citizens, Shunak, is also from the past before the disaster, and is the only other person on the planet from Tula's time. He entices her to join him in his plans. When we get to Ragna, we find it's a ugly industrial city with polluted, toxic water and choking air, pretty much what we'd expect. After this promising, if rather cliched start, things get a little weird. Agato goes to the forest to plead for amazing powers that will help him bring Tula and end Shunak's plans. The forest grants these, making him a sort of hybridized human plant, apparently one of the things they do. So enhanced, he now sports silver hair and amazing powers which allow him to take on Ragna's technological army single-handed. Now that he's been granted superpowers, Agato sets off to bring Tula back to her senses and a neutral city, and to put a stop to Ragna's plans to destroy the forest. I really wish Gonzo had found a slightly more interesting story for their first theatrical release. This really feels like a retread of Nausicaa or Laputa or Princess Mononoke or Arjuna or any number of living with nature is good and polluting the planet is bad styled anime. The characters are okay. Tula's more interesting than Agato because she's the girl who's out of her time. She awakens to discover a entirely new world with everything she knew gone, and two rival cultures now vying for what she represents. Agato is pretty mercurial in his personality. He starts off as a impish, juvenile delinquent, fun-loving guy, and morphs into an angry echo fighter, and then turns into a wise old sage. All in the course of a few days, mind you. Gonzo's artwork is pretty good, and the backgrounds are all incredibly detailed, which is pretty much what you'd expect from a theatrical movie. The animation of Neutral City is fairly clever, although a lot of the mechanical contrivances reminded me of Laputa. The forests are appropriately lush, and of course the Ragna is pretty dark and ugly, smoke-filled and wretched. Gonzo still hasn't entirely mastered the merging of CGI with non-CGI animation, but they're getting better at it, and the added detail of the theatrical movie helps paper over a lot of the unusual conflicts, so it looks pretty decent. Overall, the movie is good enough to watch, but it doesn't have any real charm. While it was watchable, it wasn't anything I wanted to go rave about. So I'm going to give this one 3.5 stars. I wasn't terribly impressed with the extras on the second DVD of the new deluxe release. It includes the usual interview of the making of videos, the producer, director, character designer, a couple artists get to give us a little information, but they don't really address anything significant, and it's pretty much the kind of stock stuff you're used to. I was hoping it might give some insights into the world of origin and the hybrid human forest that's evolving on the borderland with Neutral City, but no such luck. It also includes the usual theatrical and TV trailers and a couple of clean animations to the songs. Funimation has done their usual annoying release with the DVD, placing unskippable ads right at the beginning of both the movie and the extras DVD. Really wish Funimation had figured out that when I put a DVD in the player, I'd like the option to go straight to the movie. ADV puts promos on, and sometimes they're worth watching, but at least they give me the option of jumping straight to the main menu if I'm not interested. Oh, and by the way, the new deluxe release comes in some eco-friendly, recyclable, paper-based packaging instead of the usual plastic jewel case. I'm sure that's really sincerely meant. Thanks for listening.